Hey, what's up guys? Dabrowski here. Welcome to the channel. Today we are working on the Civic again. Yesterday you guys saw that I finished putting the car on the ground, moved it a little bit, and then I finished this radiator bracket. The issue I'm having right now is the hood doesn't want to close because this bracket, I had to kind of bend the stock one so it sits up, so it doesn't sit really good. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a piece of steel and either cut an S shape or I'm just going to cut and weld an S shape to it. Other than that, I mean, the car is pretty much ready to move. The transmission doesn't have much fluid in it because a lot leaked out when the axle popped out when I was pulling it from the Integra. So I'm gonna run to the Honda dealer right now and get some MTF. I just picked up some genuine Honda manual transmission fluid. It's like 12 bucks a quart. I think my total was $36.19 for 3 of them. But the way I see it is you're not paying 36 bucks just for some random transmission fluid. I mean, this stuff is the best. I know a lot of people like Torco and a few other brands. I've always ran just Honda genuine. Yes, even in like my fully built trainees that I've ran before with like carbon synchros and like the LSD, I still ran it. I love it. This stuff is awesome. It's never given me issues. So let's go home and change it out. Alright, so I got all the fluid drained out, and I put a little bit of good fluid back in there just to drain out a tiny bit more. My phone's ringing, that's all good. So now what I'm doing is I'm just going to fill up the fluid from right here. Alright, so right now what I'm going to do is I have like a bunch of trash in the garage, I have a bunch of trash behind the car and around the car, everywhere. What I'm going to do is everything I'm going to keep, I'm going to put into a pile right in front of the car about right here in this area. And then all the stuff I'm going to get rid of is going to be right there, just in that pile. I have like a bunch of manifolds and then the engine, the training, all that stuff. I'm just going to put it in that pile. Everything I do need, I'm gonna put it over here. My friend Kurt is gonna buff the car really quick. Alright, so we just finished wiping up the car a little bit. I'm almost done cleaning up all the parts. What he's gonna do now is he's gonna put some compound on the car and kind of just buff it out slowly. So while he buffs the car, I figured I did get these seats for it. The Integra seats. The only reason they're not in the car yet is because this one has like the mount broke in the rear. Let's see if I can show you a little bit better. So it kind of just broke off. What I'm gonna do is, it's supposed to look like this one right there. What I'm gonna do is I have an extra EG seat. I'm just gonna cut it off and then I'm just gonna weld it straight to that. I ended up cutting the mount a tiny bit on the bottom, lost a tiny bit of material. It's not gonna focus on that. But, oh, it's on the floor. Basically, I'm gonna cut the other one on the same spot, and I'm just gonna put a bunch of welds on there so it holds it really, really good. All right, so I just cut that one off the good seat. Here's the good bracket that I'm gonna use. I cleaned off all the paint. Here's that. What I did was I left those pins inside there so I can have like kind of a guidance point. Line those up like that, and then I'm just gonna, I thought I was gonna weld around it, which I still am, but I was contemplating putting like self-tapping screws, but that stuff always it always gets loose and there's always issues with them. So I'm just gonna go like that and I'm gonna weld them right now. Two welds, one on that side, and I guess one on the back. It's really good. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna test fit it in the car really quick and then pull it out and just spray some paint on it. So where this bolt goes, you can tell that like, I don't know, somebody took that whole entire thing out and like just chunked it out. And I drilled a hole on this backside and I just got this bolt with a locking nut right here. And essentially I'm just gonna run this, let's see if I can get a video, it's kind of hard to get. Essentially just kind of run this through there and like that and run it through the seat and hold it. Alright, so I got that seat mounted. The back side, what I was telling you about, like I said, I just put that bolt through there, right there. To the other side, got that bolt in, perfect. Now what I'm going to do is try it out. First time sitting in the car. Oh, damn it. The seat is like soaking wet, now my butt is soaked. That's alright. Woo! Actually, that's cold. Let's try that out. Don't fall. Oh, sliding adjuster works. Gangster mode activated. No, I'm kidding. see. Right about there. Sweet. We got a perfect driver's seat. Before and after. Alright, so while he works on buffing the car, I'm actually kind of bored on working on it, so I'm going to go mow the front lawn. Alright, so right now what I'm doing is I'm working just on the air filter, just something really quick. What was funny is I pulled the old filter off to like wash it, and then I sanded down the chrome metal part just because I like the way aluminum looks when it's sanded down. And I was like looking through this has like a huge hole in it on the inside. It's missing that like metal bracket thing. So that means these people were driving that Integra with this like this. Kind of worries me a little bit about the engine, but not too much since it runs good. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to toss this, just throw it away, throw it in the garbage. I have this really, really nice BMC air filter that I ran on one of my Volkswagens. I think it was like my 20th anniversary. This thing is super, super nice. I don't know if that's going to... yeah, so it's like, it's an actual race filter. The way it works is it's got a cone on the, this is the inlet side. You can't really tell because there's no lighting. But it's got a cone on the inside. And then this other side has just like a straight up air filter. I guess they breathe super well. So I got the air filter on. And this is kind of funny. This like mounting bracket for the Volkswagen, it actually mounts up perfectly with this like old hole that used to hold like the old airbox supply or whatever. So I'm just going to use that hole with the mounting bracket, and it gives up just enough clearance where this doesn't move. It's almost like it was made for this car, and it makes the engine bay look actually pretty sweet with the carbon fiber. Alright, so right now I finished the seat. I did that air intake. Let me just show it to you guys really quick. It's all mounted up, done. Right now he's just finishing up buffing it. It's actually turning out super good. Once he's done buffing it, he's going to polish it up. I washed the bumpers, and then the rear bumper has some damage on the bottom of the back. Let's see if I can pull it up. You can't really tell I'm holding it, but on this bottom section, let's see if I can get this. The camera makes it look good, but the bottom's all scratched up and junky. But I was going to cut the bumper in half anyways, kind of where that line is right there in the middle. I was going to cut that and then kind of have like a, not like a race inspired bumper, but like a, just like a chop bumper, so there's less drag anyways. So we're going to do that. I think I'm going to call it a night after this. I'm getting pretty tired.